So Rosh Hashanah is upon us. It's really, really close, and there are so many holidays that are coming up. And for us women, this can feel really heavy and like a lot to do. And I know that for me, the kitchen is not my favorite place in the world to be, and it's okay. But like when you're balancing kids and all the things and shopping and menus and cooking and cleaning, and it can be so challenging and so stressful. And like when it comes to chag, I feel like more than a regular Shabbos, you want things to be beautiful and you want it to be extra special, and you're trying to like create this chag feeling in your home. Maybe it's shopping for new clothes and beautiful things on the table, or flowers, or a nice tablescape, or just something that's out of the ordinary on a regular week. And it can really leave us feeling really resentful and burnt out, and just a lot of times I feel like I just can't get it good enough. And I want to talk about this as it has to do with how we are with ourselves and what we can do when it comes to our husbands, and getting help, asking for help. Okay, so let's talk about this. So I find that it's really, really important to think about what is most important to you. Figure out what is important to you and what you're able to let go of, because we can't do it all unless you're planning in advance and you're systematic, and you're not going to let everything go ahead, good for you. But working on this for so long, putting in so much energy, can be really, really draining. So let's figure out what is important, what is essential, what's going to make you feel like chag, and also for yourself, like what can you get yourself or prepare for yourself, or food that you really, really love that's for you, that when you come into the holidays, you're feeling really pampered, you're feeling like a queen. And what are those things that are not, like, you're not going to compromise on? Okay, maybe it's the food you're making, maybe it's your table, maybe it's the clothes. I don't know what it is. For every person, it's something else. What's important and what's like less important, and then what can you delegate? It's so important for us to express our needs and to ask for help in a way that can be heard. Okay, so when I say can be heard, I mean we're not blaming, we're not saying, oh my gosh, I did so much and I worked so hard, and I really, really need you to doing this and this for me. I'm coming in a negative way. And although even if my husband wants to help me and he really cares, it's sometimes hard to feel like you want to help someone who's already like maxed out and stressed out and overwhelmed. And the last thing that our men want is for us to be maxed out, stressed out, and overwhelmed, because we're not showing up, not for ourselves, not for our husbands, not for our kids. And the ideal and the idea of making chag, but on expense of all of those things, ourselves, our husbands, our children, is just, it's not worth it. Like, we're making, we're being holy in a way on expense of people's feelings. And we really have to think with ourselves sometimes, is this really important? Is this really what Yom Tov is about? And if it isn't, then how could I make this more aligned? So practically, okay? Let's just practical, because that's what I like. Ahead of time, today is Thursday, whenever you listen to this, have a conversation with your husband after you thought about what you need from him, what you can do, what you can handle, what you can let go of. Okay? Let him know when you're gonna need your help, and what with, and exactly. Don't like make it vague. Don't tell him, oh, I just need you to be around, during the day. Maybe you need him home during these times, or maybe he can take the kids out if it's Erev Chag and your kids are home. Maybe there's something that he can make that he's good at that you can delegate. Maybe it's maybe you're getting a cleaning lady for Erev Chag for an extra day. Maybe you want to be really specific, like, I'm going to need this and this help, and like be clear. And I want you to add to this conversation that it's not just that you need the help. It's that tell your husband, I want to come into Chag feeling relaxed as much as possible, and not burned out, and not resentful, and not feel like I just did work so hard and nobody cares. So I'm asking you to come and be with me and help me out in XYZ. And when you approach it that way, he's thrilled to be there for you, because he knows that this is what you need, that this is what's going to help you feel better, and it's in a win-win scenario. Now, you also want to have this conversation about Chag itself, like what's important to you. If it's important to you to go to shul and you don't have programs in shul for kids, so maybe there's a davening that he can switch you. And although it's a mitzvah for the men to daven, and it isn't necessarily for the women, some of us might feel like it's really, really important to us. So have the conversation and try to figure out where you can be flexible and listen to him. I want, like, when it comes to davening, it's tricky. I personally feel like my husband should daven. That's his mitzvah, and I will try to get some time in. But I also know, and I also want to remind you that even if you can't, either you're busy with your kids or you're tapped out because, like, it's just hard to be present in that time and space. If you are a mother, this is not where you need to be. And as a mother, being with your children and taking care of your home is I'm going to say more important than being in shul and davening. And yeah, find what feels good for you. Doing it with resentment is just, that's what we want to avoid. We don't want to be there. I want you to feel good on Chag. I want you to feel happy. That's what it's about. And I want you to feel connected in your own way. Also, when it comes to like serving and cleaning up and meals, talk ahead of time if you can. What help you're going to need from your husband, what help you're going to need from your kids if you have older kids that can help. Be very clear. And I want you to remember that you're not here to just serve everyone, okay? I want you to like allow yourself to be taken care of by your husband, by your kids, by people around. If you have guests, let them help. Don't hold on so tightly. Let go a little bit. And try to give yourself a little bit of time before Chag comes in and before the holidays, so that you really feel like this is here for you too. It's not just for everybody else. I hope you love this and have a great Chag.